Hello students, welcome to Learners University. Here once again we are gonna discuss another interesting topic and it's the name of the topic is domains of earth. Though it's a part of social science, I think it is also the chapter in class 7th social science or class 8th, so maybe 7th or 6th social science. You'll be finding this chapter in geography. So right now we will discuss the domains of earth. Like you can see here, this is an earth. So we will discuss everything. First, before starting the PPT, tell me what do you see the most in this, the mostly what do you see in this GIF? So basically you can see water, right? And then you're seeing water, then you will see land. Then there is a like thin layer that is surrounding this earth. Okay, now this thin layer around the earth is called as atmosphere. So today we are going to discuss these three things in our video, and these are also domains of earth. Domains means the main things that is existing on earth that makes the earth, right? That makes earth the habitat. Okay, so let's discuss. So we are discussing about hydrosphere, that is water. We will discuss about lithosphere, that is land, and we will discuss about atmosphere, that is air, right? And when the hydrosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere comes together, they form a life on the earth. We live on the earth. So this form of life that is constructed with the hydrosphere, atmosphere and lithosphere together, they constructed is called as biosphere. Okay, so in this video we will discuss these things, like these domains of earth and biosphere. So from up till now you must have known, you must have learned that we have three domains of earth, that is hydrosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere. Lithosphere means land, hydrosphere means water and atmosphere means air, and the combination of all these domains makes biosphere. Biosphere is like the living condition in our on our earth, like the living world. Okay, so moving ahead, let's discuss lithosphere. This is a diagram. So this is lithosphere, crust plus upper mantle. Okay, this is the part of like someday we will learn that what are the divisions, like earth is the inner core, like the deepest part of the earth is core. We will discuss this someday, but core is the deepest part of our earth. Then there is mantle. These both are, this is hottest. It is made of lava, because that's why when you see volcano you can see lava coming out, lava eruption, right? Volcano eruption, when you see, you're seeing the lava coming out of it. So lava is in the core, like core and mantle. Okay, this is red and that is red too, but it is also hot. So land is the lithosphere. It includes crust and upper mantle. Okay, let's discuss the definition. In Greek language, lithos means stone. The rocky outermost layer of the earth is called lithosphere. It includes crust and upper part of the mantle. The average thickness of lithosphere or land is about 100 kilometer. It is made up of rocks and minerals. The uppermost part of the lithosphere has a thin layer of soil, like it consists of soil. That's why we are living, right? Basically, when you are standing on the ground or we are standing on the land, you can see rocks, you can see minerals, you can see and soil, and how the land is formed, it is called lithosphere. So lithosphere includes crust and upper part of mantle. It is a thickness of lithosphere is 100 kilometer. Then if we gonna dug after 100 kilometer, we are gonna reach in the mantle. Then it is sorry, let's just discuss. It is marked by variety of landforms, right? It consists of variety of landforms are on earth, on sorry, on land, right? That is you can see mountains, plains, plateaus, and valleys. In fact, if you are seeing an ocean and there is there's an island on the ocean, that island is also a part of lithosphere. Why? Because it consists of land. So on entire this earth, everywhere wherever you see land, it is a part of lithosphere. It provides what land provides us. Land provides us houses, the land for agriculture, the land to live, like houses, buildings, factories, industries, and all this, whatever you can imagine that is on the land, it is a part of lithosphere. Okay, moving ahead, let's discuss hydrosphere. Basically, hydrosphere means water. So anything that is related to water, like every water body, is a part of hydrosphere. Like every land mass, like everything on the land masses is lithosphere. Similarly, everything that is related to water, that is on water, either on the in the form of ice, or in the form of water, or in the form of like gaseous, like water vapor, it is it's a part of hydrosphere. In fact, water or like hydrosphere also consists of water cycle. I will discuss this in this class only. So water present on earth's surface is called hydrosphere, like ocean, sea, lakes, rivers, bays, and everything, groundwater. These are all part of hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is very important because we cannot survive without water, right? So water can be found in three forms, three states. That is solid form. Solid form में whatever we found, like the part of water that we found in the solid form is called as ice. The water we found in the liquid form is called as water. The state in which we found water in the gaseous form is, sorry, in the water vapor, is called as gaseous, like gaseous form. So water vapor is the gaseous form. Like what is water vapor? Suppose you on the stove you have like gas पे तुम कुछ तुमने पानी गर्म किया, तो put the plate on the pan, and you will see when you close the stove, when you close the gas, you will see that there is like droplets of water on the plate. So that droplets are basically water vapor that cannot be evaporate. So it condenses. अभी समझाती हूँ how what condenses are. तो बेसिकली वो जम जाते हैं, तो वही वाटर वेपर होते हैं. लाइक इन हीट, जब तो जब सन पड़ता है गीले कप, लाइक यू हैव डन योर लॉन्ड्री, तो तुमने कपड़ों को खिलार, लाइक यू you just put the clothes to get dry, and when the sun, like the heat falls on the water, what happen, वो जो कपड़े सूखते कैसे, हीट, सन की हीट पड़ी, तो उससे क्या हुआ कि पानी इवेपोरेट हो गया, तो वो चीज़ ड्राई, वो जो कपड़े हैं वो ड्राई हो गए. सो द तीन फॉर्म्स कौन कौन सी है वाटर की? हमारा आइस, वाटर और वाटर वेपर, इन अनदर वर्ड्स सॉलिड, लिक्विड, गैस. ओके, सो हमें फ्रेश वाटर कैसे मिलता है? वाटर साइकिल से मिलता है. अभी फ्रेश वाटर क्या होता है? देखो बेटा, ओशंस में जो वाटर मिलता है, लाइक व्हाटएवर वी फाइंड इन द ओशन, दैट्स अ सॉल्टी और सलाइन वाटर. So we cannot drink the salty or saline water, right? Why will we drink water that is salty? So technically we only drink fresh water. Now fresh water is available on earth only on 1%. So you are seeing here, you are seeing the entire earth full of water, but the ocean part, the water in the water in the ocean, it cannot be drunk, it cannot be drink, because it cannot be taken because it is not suitable for drinking. Okay, so the water that is suitable for drinking is our fresh water. And now how will we obtain fresh water? We will obtain fresh water with the help of water cycle. Now ma'am, tell me what is water cycle. I don't know what water cycle is. So let's discuss what water cycle is. You are seeing this diagram, and suppose this is a lake or this is a pond. So you are seeing, suppose there is a sun here, the heat of the sun falls on the heat of the sun falls on the water, so the water get evaporates. This is what water get evaporates. When it got evaporates, when it got evaporates, it condenses. That means when the water get evaporates, it becomes the solid form. वो ठंडा हो जाता है water, like evaporate हुआ तब तो गर्म था because heat पड़ रही है. तो when it goes up in the sky, it condenses or it cools down. When it cools down, it forms the cloud. When it forms the cloud, you see when a lot of clouds got together, what happened? Precipitation. Precipitation technically means rain. So don't get confused with this word. This means rain. So what happened when clouds got together? A lot of clouds got together. It rains. So rains is called the rain is called as precipitation. And when the rain happen, like the rainy season came and the rain falls down. The rain where the rain falls in the lake. Now लेक में फिर से पानी आ गया, फिर से हीट पड़ी, फिर से evaporate हुआ, फिर से बादल बने, फिर से बारिश हुई, फिर से collect हो गया water. And this entire thing, it is called as water cycle. So whenever someone asks you what is water cycle means evaporation of water from the lake, condensation of water in the form of cloud, and then falling of water in the form of rain, and then the water get collected in the lake again, and the entire process repeat itself. Okay, so this is water cycle. That's why when I told you that fresh water is available in the 5 water cycle, that's why water is renewable resource. That means the fresh water never gets, it cannot be just evaporates from the earth. Like we can say, na, we used to tell ki save water, save water. Why we are telling you to save water? Because we have this limited water that happens in this water cycle, that the process happens again and again itself. So we are asking you to protect water, to save water, because fresh water is available in a very limited form, and though it is a renewable resource, like it won't end, right? Water cannot be finished. It cannot just extinguished from our extinct from our earth. But we need to save water, because as the population is increasing, if we use water so much, the water scarcity can happen. So this is water cycle. Water got just fresh water moves around and around with the in this form, the form of water cycle. Moving ahead, let's discuss atmosphere. Atmosphere yani ki air. Now air is very necessary because it helps us to breathe, right? So the envelope that surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. Atmosphere is held to the earth by the force of gravity. Oxygen contains life giving air contains life giving oxygen for human beings, and for carbon dioxide and for animals, and carbon dioxide for plants. Like we need oxygen, like I am a human being, and suppose animals also need oxygen. But if we are talking about tree like plants need carbon dioxide to breathe. We have learned this in the 3rd or 4th class. Atmosphere prevents sun's harmful rays for reaching earth's surface, because this is like a blanket. So when the sun, suppose the sun is falling, sun has UV rays, ultraviolet rays, that is harmful. So the atmosphere prevents us to be safe, like we do not get evaporate, we do not die for because of hotness, or because of like extreme weather, because atmosphere protects us. Atmosphere prevents sun's harmful rays from reaching Earth's surface. It controls extremes of atmosphere during day and night. Without atmosphere, Earth would be barren. Barren means it would be like there would be no life on Earth if there is no air. Common sense, because air is like necessary for survival. What is necessary for survival? Air, water, land. We cannot live in the ocean for the entire for entire life. We have to live on the land. So these 3 things are very necessary for human survival. Now there are layers of atmosphere, that is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. I will try to cover this topic in detail in some other video, but because we will discuss layer of atmosphere, but right now we have discussed domains of earth, right? So moving ahead, let's see let's little bit discuss what is these six layers. Six or five? Five layers, right? So the troposphere is like where the planes fly, right? This is troposphere, the first layer of atmosphere. Second is stratosphere. Stratosphere is up to 50, 11 to 50 kilometers. This is from 0 to 18 kilometers. This is from 11 to 50 kilometers. Here, water, like the balloons, the gas balloons, they fly in this stratosphere. The meteors falls in this sphere of the atmosphere, this layer of atmosphere. The third is mesosphere. The mesosphere is from 40 to 50 to 80 to 90 kilometer. Then there is thermosphere from 800 kilometer, 80 to 800 kilometer, and then there is exosphere in the last layer of atmosphere. Here the spaceships or the satellites and everything you see, like satellites are basically in this layer of atmosphere. Okay, so this is last layer. So what are the layers of it? There are five layers of atmosphere. First, troposphere. Second, stratosphere. Third, mesosphere. I'm sorry, mesosphere. Fourth, thermosphere. And हमारा last. So these are five layers of atmosphere. I will try to make a detailed video on this topic, but some other time. Right now we have discussed the three domains. Okay, I'm going to discuss biosphere, but we have discussed three domains. That is what we have discussed: atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. So let's discuss what is biosphere. Okay, so when these three domains of Earth came together, and this is important for survival of living world, right? So the survival of living world is called biosphere. So you can see here atmosphere, you can see hydrosphere, you can see lithosphere. Now they make biosphere. Biosphere is basically the living condition. What I'm trying to tell you is, can we live without air? Like suppose I have water and land, can I survive without air? The answer is no. Suppose we don't have water, we have air and land. Can I still survive without drinking water? Can I survive without water? No. So suppose I have air and water, but I don't have land. So technically I have to live in the summer, either on a submarine, or I have to swim all the time. Can I swim all the time and breathe? No, we need land. So we need all these three domains, and when the three domains come together and interact with each other, they form a living world. That living world where the entire living organisms are available, it is called as biosphere. So the narrow zone where lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere meet and interact is called biosphere. The word comes from Greek word bios, means life, and sphere is a Latin word, means total range. So life plus range. So how life is possible? Bios, bios plus sphere. Bios is a Greek word. It is a Latin word. Okay. So, it supports life, thus called as living world. It consists of plant and animal kingdom. So this is it. This is biosphere. Let's discuss the final topic of today's class is ecosystem. Now, ma'am, what is the ecosystem? We have discussed about atmosphere, we have discussed about water, but we have discussed about lithosphere. We discussed when these three are available, we can know the human life is possible, like the living world is possible. Oh, everything is covered. Why do we need to learn ecosystem? Okay, well, ecosystem is everything: plant plant community, habitat, trees, water, minerals, soil organisms, fire, soil, and everything air, like water, clouds. Ecosystem is a complex system of interaction between organisms and physical environment. Now we are not just talking about living world, we are talking about non-living world. So when we are talking about biosphere, we are talking about only living world that is possible with the help of three domains, that is atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. But when we are talking about ecosystem, we are not only talking about living world, we are also talking about non-living world that consists of physical environment. So technically ecosystem is interaction of physical environment and organisms, living organisms like animals, human beings, plants, and everything, right? Ecosystem is a geographical area where plants, animals, organisms, as well as weather, landscape work together to form a bubble of life. Ecosystem contains biotic or living parts as well as abiotic. Abiotic are non-living, biotic are living. Okay, so biotic means living, abiotic means non-living. So biotic and abiotic both are in the ecosystem, whereas biosphere is a biotic thing, right? Like we are talking about living world in the biosphere, and now we are talking about interaction of organisms and physical environment. I hope you understand this point. Biotic factors include plants, animals, and abiotic factors include temperature, rocks, humidity. Every factor in the ecosystem depends on the other factor, directly or indirectly. Okay. Okay. Let me take a simple example. Like we are dependent on plants to eat. Plants are taken by herbivores. Herbivores are eaten by carnivores. Carnivores are either dead and then they are taken by scavengers. What are scavengers? Vultures were like vultures, eagles that feed on dead animals. And then minerals, bacteria, they also feed on the when a carnivore died. So suppose this is a cycle, right? We depend on other. Can we say that I can live without a home? I can live on the road. Suppose there is no road, there is no rocks, there is no river, everything is chaotic. Can we survive in that condition? No. So technically we like ecosystem is when the biotic, living and non-living, interact with each other. Biotic means plants, animals. Abiotic means rocks and mountains and temperature. Every factor in the ecosystem is depend on the other factor, either directly or indirectly. Change in temperature affect the plants will grow. How plants will grow there? Like in Rajasthan, cactus is grown, but in Punjab, a different kind of vegetation is there, like a full-fledged vegetation. Animals that depend on plants for food and shelter will have to adapt to changes to move to another ecosystem or patch. So, with this thing, we have completed our domains of Earth and obviously biosphere and ecosystem. I hope you like this video. So, if you like this video, please share it with your friends and, of course, like and subscribe Learners University, and don't forget to press the bell icon. And if you like this video, I would love to have feedbacks in the comment section. And if you want other videos of journal topics, you can find it in the playlist, or I will try to share links. So have a good day. Bye.